Hello guys and welcome back to another episode in my Atletico Madrid career mode series. Today we start season 2. Obviously we're still in the World Cup at the moment. We have the last group stage game, and if we draw or win we go into the knockout stages of the World Cup with Portugal. Obviously now we have officially ended the first season. It's been a good first season and hopefully we can get some good players in and improve on that. And my main target is quarterfinals, semi-finals of Champions League. That would be amazing for Atletico Madrid, and obviously I want to win the league, and any other competition that would be good to win. Obviously silverware is important, and this will be the final season with Atletico Madrid before we move on to a different career mode. I will do one more career mode, and I'm going to choose either between Borussia Dortmund or Real Madrid. I know some of you thinking, Real Madrid, why are you doing that? You know, you can't really improve on that. But I reckon it will be in Borussia Dortmund, because I don't really want to stay in La Liga for another career mode. Let's move to Borussia Dortmund, and then I'm probably more than likely to go to Manchester United in FIFA 15. So here we go. So we are in the transfers and the transfer season right now. So obviously this is the beginning of the second season. So we're going to get rid of some players. As you can see, we've got 40 players out of 42. We have 20 midfield players. That is a hell of a lot. And a lot of these guys that have just come back from loan, and a lot of these youngsters, well, I'm going to loan out all the youngsters, and I'm probably going to sell a fair few players, just so that I've got space to bring in some new fresh faces. And obviously a lot of players are pretty damn shite. Some of the players that have come back are really awful. Like this guy here, we're gonna place him on the transfer list, and so on and so forth. There's a few players like this guy here. He looks quite promising actually. 21 years old, 75 overall, Brazilian striker. Endoy, he's got a bit of pace, but we're going to add him to the transfer list with a number of other players, including Kadar, David Villa, who has already been placed. We're also looking to get rid of Gabby. A very good season with us, but he is 30-31, so I'm going to get as much value as I can. Also, a lot of these guys are going to be removed from the squad later on throughout this episode. So the players that you don't see me add to the transfer list now and are sold later on in the video, you know, I do add them to the transfer list. I go back and forward throughout, but obviously I don't want to show you all of it. The video is long enough as it is with all the transfers in and the 2 games. And we also have the first friendly as well. But first, let's concentrate on this match. It's Portugal versus Slovenia, I do believe. And it is the last group stage match of this World Cup tournament for us. And if we draw or win, as I said before, we will progress through to the round of 16. And I'm not sure who we will face, but obviously we're top of the group. 1 win, 1 draw. And as I said, 1 draw will put us through. And I'm looking forward to it actually. Despite Ronaldo's injury, he's back the next game if we make it through. And some of the other players that I've brought in are playing quite well. Varela and Quaresma are doing the job. They're losing their pace, they're losing their abilities, obviously with the age. So I'm going to look to bring in some youngsters. But Eder here, straight from kickoff. Look at Eder go. Come on, Eder. Oh, we've won a corner straight away. What a good start. That is actually a really good start to the match. Just run up to the other end. We've got a corner. Can we make anything from it? Header comes in. Easy header, easy save from Handanovic, someone that I wouldn't mind buying in the career mode. Obviously, Courtois has gone back to Chelsea, and I don't think I'm going to buy him again. I didn't really enjoy using him, and holy crap, we hit the crossbar. What a strike that was. And that would have been an absolute cracker of a goal. That strike hit the crossbar. We have another chance here, 33rd minute here. Quaresma. Oh, the keeper saves. We do go and have a corner. As I was saying though, Courtois will cost me a hell of a lot of money to bring back, and he wasn't exactly the best. So I'm going to look at another goalkeeper, either Handanovic, to Stegen, De Gea. There's a fair few players that I want to get, or could get, in that position. So I'm not really too fussed about not having Courtois back at the club. So here we go guys, half time, and it is 0-0. So far we've had the better chances. We've been playing pretty damn well, but we just can't seem to put the ball in the back of the net, which is kind of disappointing and frustrating. But we do have another chance here. Quaresma again. Oh my god, he's hit the post. We've hit the crossbar and the post now. 53rd minute chance. That was absolutely brilliant play from myself and Quaresma there. Just couldn't hit the ball in. And that's my phone vibrating if you do hear that. Apologies. Varela here on the wing. Come on, Nani shot! Deflected and put into the keeper's hands. 80th minute now. Still 0-0. Slovenia really holding on. And it does look like it's going to end as a draw, but that does not matter. It has ended as a draw, and that does mean we go forward into the round of 16. I do believe we've won the group because of that result, which is absolutely awesome. And the next match, I'm not too sure who we will face as of yet, but obviously we've got some more transfer news, and as I just saw a glimpse there, we've got the Ivory Coast to play in the next game, which is going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. So City want to buy David Villa from us, 32 years old, he's gone down to an 81 overall. They've bid 5.8 mil, I want 7 mil, and you can have him, and that is a good buy for David Villa. Youngster here, Franco Gomez, right winger. Obviously I give all the young players coming through the youth squad a 5-year deal on normally about 1,500 a week, and obviously I normally loan them out or then sell them on depending how good they are. If they're really good, I will loan them out and maybe even play them for a few times, get them up overalls, and then, you know, slowly bring them into the first team. Very slowly, depending on what sort of club you're at. At a club like this you can bring sort of youth players in. That wouldn't be too bad. We have a transfer offer here from Tottenham for Diego Costa. Now Diego Costa is someone that I'm not exactly looking to sell, but I will sell him at the right price, and that is anything over 50 million euros I will accept with ease. Depay is not going anywhere. I've rejected all transfers for Depay. No way am I selling Memphis Depay. He is an absolute awesome winger, and I love him on this game at the moment. Again, we've got another offer, this time PSG, 28 million for Diego Costa. Again, I'll counter offer for 60 mil, and then if they offer anything over 50, I will accept. Jackson Martinez, again, a player we bought in January, done really well. Not looking to sell, but again, if we get the right price, I'm thinking 25 mil plus, I will probably accept. And if we sell both players, then we've got a very big extra bit of transfer budget. Now, Rakitic here, look at this. He's got a year left on his contract, and I'm going to offer 9 million euros. If they accept that, that is a bargain. 26 years old. He can play in either the 3 central midfield positions. That's a cam, central midfield, or the central defensive midfield, CM/CDM, for you guys that don't really understand. And he is a class player, very good with his free kicks, passing ability, his shooting long shots. Not the quickest, not very great defensively, but he is a very good buy if we can get him that cheap. Ruben, is it Michael or Michel? I am going to get rid of him. He's not a first team quality player. Someone that I need to get rid of. And City have accepted the price at the 7 million counter offer for David Villa. So that looks like David Villa is on his way out, and that's an extra 7 mil to the transfer budget. We did get around 43 million this season. But first, we can concentrate on the second game. This is the last live match we're going to play, because I am going, just this season, I'm going to sim the friendlies because I do not like playing them. I don't enjoy them. They're boring, they're pointless. You know, so there we go. This is going to be the last game we have played for this episode before we go back to the transfers, and obviously we'll sim the very last match, which, you know, that depends really, because obviously we might actually make it past, but obviously maybe I might have given it away a bit too early. You guys can probably tell where this is going to go. Cristiano Ronaldo is back though, so look at that lineup, very decent indeed, attacking wise anyway. And again, Portugal, I do regret picking them. I wish I picked England or France, but at the end of the day, it's a challenge worthy accepting, and a challenge that I want to try and beat. You know, it just makes myself look really good if I do get them to win the World Cup. But, you know, they have a real poor squad apart from a few players. Literally, I'm talking about like 2 players. I mean, even England have a stronger squad, but obviously England don't have a star player like Cristiano Ronaldo. And oh my god, 9 minutes in or 8 minutes in, and Ivory Coast have scored. We're 1-0 down. Not a great start to the match, to be honest. And it is a very poor goal to concede. Who was that scored? Was that Tiote or Javinho? I'm not too sure. But as you can see here, the ref has blown his whistle for half-time, and it does finish in the first half 1-0. We have got the second half to come back, but it's not looking very good at the moment. We're not playing well when Ivory Coast are dominating and I mean dominating. They're on like 67% possession. I can't get the ball off them. They're making ridiculous runs, and these passes, like, oh my god, like that. Exactly, these crosses and passes are just 100% perfect every time. And we're now 2-0 down, 50th minute, and it is going from bad to worse. Very disappointed, but at the end of the day, we're just going to have to fight back and hopefully grab a goal, and maybe then get a second to take it into extra time. But as you can see, guys, 90th minute, and the ref has blown his whistle, and we have been knocked out of the World Cup. So we have got further than the Portuguese side in real life in the World Cup that has just gone past, but unfortunately we come across a very good Ivory Coast team that just annihilated us, to be honest with you guys. So I'm just going to have to take that on the chin and move forward. As you can see, Tottenham are keeping their interest in Diego Costa, but I'm not really budging from that 20 million mark, which is kind of stupid because he's worth a hell of a lot more, and I'm not letting him go for anything under 50 mil, because that's what I think he is worth. Now, as you can see here, Samir Handanovic, a goalkeeper, as I said, a potential goalkeeper that I could bring into the club. And also, we've got to make sure we can sell a few more players very quickly. So I'm going to get rid of some of these youngsters that are worth absolute jack shit, because we have got a full squad at the moment. The goalkeeper I was talking about here, ter Stegen, he's got 12 months left on his contract as well. So let's scout him for a bit, make sure we know his value before we go in with a bid, and then maybe that could be our keeper. He's 22 years old, I do believe, and he is definitely one for the future. And as you can see here, Rakitic, the €9 million bid has actually been accepted. That is absolutely amazing, because I'm going to offer him up a nice pucker contract, and hopefully we can sign him. He's only 26 years old as well, so he's got at least another 3 good seasons, when bearing in mind we're going to end after this season coming up. So, you know, very, very good player, and he would be great to rotate with if we can bring in another central defensive midfielder. But that only will occur if we sell, obviously, another one we have got, and a few of the backups we've got, because we've got so many midfielders at the moment. It's kind of unbelievable. As you can see, David Villa has officially gone to Manchester City, and I've got a few bids that I've accepted for other players occurring in the background. Handanovic, I'm going to offer an €11 million bid. He's 29 years old. Now, he is getting to that age where he's going to start losing overalls, but he is a goalkeeper, so it doesn't matter too much. He'll have at least 2 good seasons, I suppose. Ter Stegen, though, is probably going to be my preferred option. He is also cheaper and a hell of a lot younger at 22 years old. And obviously German keepers are pretty damn tank. As you can see, Barcelona trying to get Jackson Martinez off us, and I will counter off at 30 mil. Apparently Jackson Martinez isn't worth too much, but Diego Costa is, and he has got an amazing value to his I was about to say card, but we're not actually on my team, apologies there. But to his actual player, the player himself has got a good transfer value, and I'm going to try and get as much as I can to reinvest in the squad. And here we go, our first big signing of the season, the second season, is Rakitic at €9 million. That is a bargain. I cannot believe we've signed him for that cheap. As you can see here, a €10 million bid has been accepted for ter Stegen, and I'm going to offer him up a very decent 5-year contract with the wages that he wants, and hopefully he'll accept, and that'll be our second big signing, and obviously the replacement for Courtois will have been sorted. Now we've got transfers and all sorts coming in left, right and centre. I'm going to look at getting some youngsters, including this guy. Is it Oztunali? I'm not too sure. He's a German CDM. I think he's like 17, 18 years old. And he's like a 69 rated sort of player. He's pretty damn awesome. And as you can see here, we have officially signed ter Stegen, so we're going to quickly put him into the squad. And there we go. It's looking a lot better. And obviously, guys, I'm changing the formation for the next game, which is coming up, which is obviously the friendly. Luis Muriel, a player that I've had a lot of people request to get. Very quick Colombian striker. I do believe he's got 4-star weak foot and skill moves. So what we're going to do is add him to the shortlist and scout him to find out what sort of stats he's on and what sort of wage and transfer value he is, or has got, sorry. Monaco are now trying to get Martinez, and I've come down now 27 million as a counter offer. You can have him. Obviously, it looks like we're going to sell Martinez and Costa with the amount of people trying to buy him. So Lukaku, in you come. We are going to be bidding for him, and we are definitely going to sign him. I don't care how much it costs me. He is definitely worth it, a quality player. As you can see here, Monaco have offered up 21 million, and I'll tell you what, you can have him for 26 million euros, and then we will sell him and move on to obviously Lukaku. We'll make a bit of money from that and maybe invest into Muriel as well. There's a lot of different players that I'm looking at, and obviously the squad will be absolutely pucker if we can get, obviously, sell Costa and reinvest. And as I said, I'm not bothered if he doesn't sell, but I will only accept a very, very decent offer. As you can see there, we've sold Gabby as well to Aston Villa for like 8 million or 6 million euros. That's more money to the transfer kitty and more wage to obviously use to entice players to come to the club. Is that Manquillo, the right back? He's 20 years old, 70 rated, but he isn't really any decent. He hasn't got much value, and I can't see him being worth much. And as you can see here, Manchester City have offered 49.5 mil for Costa. I'm going to say you can have him for 52. If they stick at that offer, I'm probably going to accept. That's a lot of money to reinvest in this squad. And again, we have officially sold Jackson Martinez to Monaco for 26 million euros. Obviously, we've been entitled to 22 of the 26 from the board. And obviously the bid, 17 million euro bid for Lukaku has been accepted, and we're going to offer him up a nice 5-year deal, 100k a week for Lukaku, and he will replace Jackson Martinez. Obviously, if Costa sells as well, we're going to need to replace him, and Luis Muriel seems like a good choice. But we are at the end of this episode, and just before we finish off, we are going to play the first friendly in pre-season. Now, we are 1-0 up at the moment, thanks to Diego Costa on the 8th minute. I'm going to sim the friendlies. I'm sorry if you guys wanted to watch the friendlies or wanted me to play the friendlies, but I done it the first season, I done it with PSG in the second season, and to be honest, they're boring as fuck. I really don't want to play them, so, you know, apologies, but you're just going to have to deal with it. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, guys. It's been filled with a lot of transfer activity, a lot of negotiating, and a few good World Cup games, including this sim game. So, here we go. This is the end of the episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one. Until next time, take care.